Today, I'm going to tell you about my trip to Dubai. We started by flying to San Francisco and then all the way across North America and the Atlantic Ocean to Paris, France. We planned a 12-hour layover so that we could go out and see some of the things in Paris before we went to Dubai. Of course, we saw the Eiffel Tower. It was larger than my pictures made it look. We saw the Seine River and the Arc de Triomphe. One of the streets going off of the roundabout had a bunch of shops on it. Down at the end of the street is a plaza that is surrounded by light posts that look like saguaro cactuses. I wonder if they knew what a saguaro cactus was when they made these light posts. Through this gate on the plaza, we saw this huge building surrounding another plaza with another arc and the entrance to the Louvre. Paris has some really cool and famous churches and cathedrals. It was so cool to see all of the different architecture. It was a great idea to schedule a longer layover in a popular destination so you can get 2 trips for the price of 1 and see if you want to come back for a more extensive trip. After our layover, it was on to Dubai. From the airport to our hotel, we drove past the Dubai Frame. It's around 50 stories tall, and across the bottom side of the top, you can go up and look down through the glass floor. It's the largest picture frame in the world and seems to separate the old part of Dubai from the new part. All of these buildings are right off the main freeway that run through the city. Right by our hotel was the Mall of the Emirates. On the outside of the mall is this giant silver edifice. It turns out it's a giant indoor ski slope, which I have never seen before in my life. Another cool thing I saw in the Mall of Emirates was an inclined moving sidewalk. So you could move your shopping cart between floors without taking an elevator. The other famous mall in Dubai is the Dubai Mall. It's the biggest mall in the world with 4 giant floors of stores. There are actually over 1,000 stores from all over the world inside the mall. I know that's hard to believe, but that's how many stores are listed on their website. Not all of them are places to buy things though. Among other things, there's an ice skating rink and an aquarium inside the mall. Right above the aquarium actually is the world's largest OLED TV and high definition display. It was over the top. It was a great place to visit. Right outside the Dubai Mall is the Burj Khalifa. And there's this plaza where you can see the Burj Khalifa across a huge pond that has a water fountain that goes off in it. The Burj Khalifa is the world's tallest building. We went all the way up to the 125th floor, but it was still not close to the top, as you can see. You were still much higher than all of the other buildings around in the downtown area. It looks like from the viewpoint of an airplane or something flying above the city. There was another building close by that had a pool with a glass wall that was on top of a bridge connecting 2 skyscrapers. Pretty crazy. It would be pretty interesting to swim in that pool with such a edge that was so visible. I also saw the World Islands off the coast. There are a bunch of man-made islands that together look like the different continents of the world. The Sky Bridge connects the metro to the Dubai Mall. You can't even see the whole thing, but it's super long. I could also see the giant fountain that is at the base of the Burj Khalifa and right outside the Dubai Mall from the 125th floor. The fountain plays a song and does a show every 30 minutes from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. each night. Another cool thing, but something that I didn't notice until we went to go watch the fountain, was that the side of the Burj Khalifa is actually a screen, which is crazy. Like, why not make it a screen, right? Dubai is not a very old city, but there is an older part of town that we had to check out. There's lots of shops here too that sell all kinds of things. One shop had a bunch of calculators in the window, and a bunch of other shops had hygiene and cleaning products. There's also the gold souk in that area, which is pretty famous. There's a ton of jewelry shops in this area. Some of the jewelry is extremely over the top. I wonder who it's made for, because some of it is basically gold chainmail. It's crazy. But there are so many shops, it's amazing that they can all stay in business, but somehow they do. In a large display window, there's the world's largest gold ring. It's massive. I have no idea how much it weighs or what its dimensions are, but there's no way anybody could wear it. In that same area is the spice souk. A souk is just an Arabic marketplace. There's some shops that sell different spices, and they have a bunch of them in these cool displays. It definitely felt like a more traditional part of the area. Another fun way to see more of a traditional side of Dubai is to take a desert safari. Our tour guide took us out to the sand dunes where we rode around in an SUV out on the sand. It was a ton of fun. On our way to there, we also saw a camel farm. I'm not sure if it should be called a camel ranch or a farm, but our guide called it a farm. If seeing a camel wasn't enough, they actually let us ride on a camel for a little bit. Afterward, they took us to have a more traditional dinner with some entertainment like this fire dancer. The trip with food, adventure, and entertainment was only about $65 per person for our group of 4. The next day, we went to a place called Blue Water Peninsula. It's kind of confusing to get to, but on the peninsula is the world's largest Ferris wheel, the Ain Dubai. They put us in these big glass capsules that let you look out 360 degrees. It was so big. We got so far above all the other buildings on the peninsula, and there was a plain tarmac across the bay that has painted on the side Skydive Dubai that you can see from the Ferris wheel. You can also see the man-made Palm Island off in the distance and the Atlantis Resort and Hotel. There's a tram that goes to and from the mainland out to the end of the island. You can see the 7-star hotel off to the side and a bunch of houses and resorts on the palm leaves of Palm Island. We went all the way out to the Atlantis Resort. It's definitely over the top. Like, check out this lobby. There's a small aquarium at the hotel and a huge water park, but I didn't have time to check out the resort and water park side. Outside the aquarium in the hotel is this over-the-top chair that you can take a picture with. Another thing that was over the top were the water toys out on the beach. The toys actually spell out I Heart Expo 2020 Dubai. Expo 2020 is the world fair that is going on right now. It's in Dubai this time, and it's a place where every country except North Korea has a pavilion that showcases their country. Things they're working on, things they hope to see happen in the near future, and things that make their country great. There's Greece's building, and there's the UAE's building. Let me show you a little bit of the inside of the UAE pavilion. Here they have a nice entrance, and when you walk in, you see there's these piles of sand inside with projected text and images on it. Here's inside Spain's pavilion. I also got a picture with the world's largest doily at the Poland pavilion, because why not have the world's largest doily? South Korea had this really interactive setup where they gave everyone a phone to use to show you an augmented reality simulation and other things South Korea is excited about for their country in the future. Every country except North Korea had a pavilion at the expo. It was pretty cool to get to see so many different parts of the world in such a small place. In addition to the country pavilions, there were these other attractions, like this platform that gets lifted up out of the air so that you can see across the park. There was this big amphitheater with a large dome over it, with all these lights. They had shows there. It was pretty cool. My trip to Dubai was great. There were so many cool things to see, and the weather was sunny and in the 70s every day we were there. I loved seeing all the different people from all over the world there. Thanks for watching.